everybody. We will begin our presentation today shortly. This is an informational webinar about IFMA's credentials and training and development programs. I am your speaker today. My name is Lauren Kruger. I'm the Director of Sales Operations here at IFMA, and I work with our training and credentialing programs. So just a few quick housekeeping information for you all. You are muted for the presentation. If you have any questions at all during the presentation, you can submit them in the chat box. I will review them and I can answer them during the presentation. Or you can submit your questions at the end of the presentation and there'll be some time for some Q&A. So who is IFMA? IFMA, the International Facility Management Association, has more than 23,000 members in more than 100 countries. There's over 143 chapters. We are the most trusted and experienced facility management association. We're committed to advancing facility management worldwide, and we are an enormous resource for current trends, training, and networking with experts and peers. So being successful in FM, what does that mean? You do have to have a passion for learning and staying up to date on industry trends. You do have to have that solid foundation in the fundamentals of facility management. You have to have that focus and determination to make an impact on your organization, and that confidence and expertise in your skills verified by credentials. All those are essential FM skills needed to be successful. So as we go into more detail on IFMA's credentials and training programs, I'm going to quickly talk about how these were developed. So IFMA conducts a global job task analysis every 5 to 7 years. It's a landmark initiative thoroughly defining the practice of FM. So we do have to have a certain number of responses to that survey. Again, it is sent to practicing facility managers all over the world. So it is very inclusive of feedback, that global perspective. And what this survey does is it identifies and validates the global FM job responsibilities and activities. So all of this provides the basis of our body of knowledge for the profession. So from that survey, we have subject matter experts that reviewed all of the feedback submitted, and they defined that these 11 competencies you see on the left in blue are the competencies that are standard for any practicing facility manager's job role. So what it is this survey measures that FM professionals against one global standard. So you at IFMA will have different ways of finding which credential or training program are right for you. We'll start at the bottom with the essentials, and this is a program designed for those who are new to facility management or are facility management adjacent. So you might be in the engineering field, you might have more of the technical expertise that are entering into the facility management world, supervisory world, and this is a great program to start with. And we'll go over this a little bit more in detail in the next slide. The FMP, the facility management professional, are those looking for that base of facility management knowledge. So they're looking for that deeper dive into those 4 fundamentals of the FM body of knowledge. The SFP, sustainability facility professional, are for those desiring an impact on their organization's economic, environmental, and social bottom lines. And then the pinnacle certification that IFMA offers is our certified facility manager, and it's for those experienced professionals such as career FMs or engineers. And the CFM is globally recognized. It assesses competence through education, knowledge, and experience. So of the programs that you see on the screen, the FMP, the SFP, and the CFM are all globally recognized and ANSI accredited. And so for those of you who are not familiar with ANSI, it is the American Standards Institute of ISO. So if you're familiar with ISO, ANSI is that American arm of ISO. So again, those 3 credentials really are backed by the quality, the standards that are set by being accredited through ANSI. For the Essentials of Facility Management, it is a 10-module program, and it's for a foundational understanding of facility management. You'll review key concepts, terminology, daily tasks. You'll see there are 3 focus areas. We have our Introduction to Facility Management module. Focus area 2 is going to cover operations and maintenance. And focus area 3 is going to consist of workplace management. This is not a credential. It is just a training program. Again, for those that are new to facility management, just entering the industry and maybe looking to learn more about the supervisory roles of facility management. Again, it's going to review that management side of what facility management is. For Essentials of Facility Management, you'll see the pricing on the screen. You can purchase these by individual modules. Those are going to be $70 for members and $80 for non-members. And then you can purchase the entire bundle, the Essentials bundle, and that's going to start at $510 for members. So this is a great program to, if you're looking for a deeper dive into just specific focus areas, you can pick and choose which modules you want to have. So the Facility Management Professional, our FMP, is for FMs looking to increase their depth of knowledge in those 4 foundational competencies. So those are on the screen. We have project management, leadership and strategy, finance and business, and operations and maintenance. So when you purchase the FMP program from IFMA, that includes the interactive online study tools, the digital flipbook, that is the text for the FMP program is all online. There's pre-tests, quizzes, and case studies, flashcards, an FM glossary, and then at the end of each of those 4 modules is a final assessment. So everything you need to complete the program is online. There are optional print materials that you can purchase. Those will be an additional fee as well as paying a shipping cost. And then once you've completed all 4 final assessments, you will have to submit your FMP application and the fee in order to be approved to attain that credential. So just by completing all 4 final assessments on each module does not mean you have the FMP yet. You do have to do that last step of submitting your application as well as that fee for our credentials team to review and then approve that application. And then once that is approved, you will have that FMP credential. So when you purchase the FMP program, you do have 2 years of online access to complete that program. So what that means is at the end of those 2 years, you will no longer have access to those modules online. So for those that want to have something to always refer to in the future once you have completed the program, having those optional printed books is something that you may want to consider. So we have a lot of professionals that will keep those books on their shelves in their office. And if there's something they need to refer back to, they always have that as a resource in the future. So definitely think about that when you're looking to purchase the program. And you can always come back and purchase those books later. So you do not need to purchase the books at the time when you purchase the FMP program. You can come back to us later and decide to purchase those books at any time. So pricing, you can purchase the entire FMP bundle for $1,550. That's for members. If you want to purchase the modules individually, if say you have your employer is paying for the program, but they're only allowed budget-wise to approve you for say one module a year or a quarter, you do have the option of doing that. And that is the price on the left that you see for those individual modules. So the member price starts at $515. Non-member price is going to be $615. So just remember, if you are looking to complete the FMP, that you do purchase all 4 modules at some point in order to attain that FMP credential. So the next program is the Sustainability Facility Professional. So this is for all FMs with a foundational knowledge interested in that triple bottom line, that efficiency, data-driven decision-making, and sustainable practices. So if we refer back to those 11 competencies that were defined from the Global Job Task Analysis, the SFP covers one of those competencies. So it covers the sustainability competency. And within that competency, we have 3 focus areas that our SFP program focuses on. There's strategy and alignment for sustainable FMs, or facility management, managing sustainable facilities, and operating sustainable facilities. And the order that you see on the screen is the order that you need to take those modules in. So the operating sustainable facilities encompasses everything that you've learned within those previous 2 modules. So there is a specific order to the SFP. The FMP, there is no specific order to taking those modules. And so very similar to the SFP, everything you need, or I'm sorry, to the FMP, everything you need to complete the SFP is online as well. You have those interactive online study tools, the flipbook, pre-tests, quizzes, and case studies, the flashcards, the glossary, and there is a final assessment at the end of each of those 3 modules. So you do need to pass all 3 final assessments in order to submit your application as well as that fee. Same as the FMP, the SFP, you do have 2 years of online access to complete that program. For those, again, that want that reference, that hard copy books for the rest of their lives, I would suggest purchasing the optional printed materials. There is that fee for printing and shipping. And then once you've completed all those 3 final assessments, you will submit that application in order to attain that credential. And the FMP and the SFP, for those final assessments, you do have 3 attempts to pass each of those final assessments. If you fail those 3 attempts, the system will lock you out of attempting the final assessment again. So it'll lock you out for 30 days, and that's to encourage you to go back through the program, to read, to really absorb the material a little bit more before attempting the final assessment. So once those 30 days are up, the final assessment will unlock and you can attempt that final assessment again. And that cycle repeats. So you'll have 3 attempts. If you fail again, then the system will lock you out for 30 days until you can attempt it again. And so that cycle will just repeat until your access to the program has expired or you have passed that final assessment. So the SFP pricing, you can only purchase this program as a bundle. We do not sell these modules separately. And again, that's because the SFP is one competency of the 11. So it's divided into 3 focus areas of that sustainability competency. So member pricing starts at $1,595, and then non-members is $1,895. So the CFM, the Certified Facility Manager, this is our globally recognized certification. This is different from the FMP and the SFP. The FMP and the SFP are certificate programs. So everything you need to achieve that certificate is in one place. You have the training you have to do, and then you have to pass the final assessments. The CFM is a certification. So that means you have to maintain this certification every year in order to show that you still have that CFM. So it's for those experienced facility managers to demonstrate their expertise and knowledge. It's a competency-based exam. It's 180 questions. There's pass-fail only, and this covers all 11 of those core competencies. It is a proctored exam, and there is eligibility requirements that you have to meet in order to sit for the exam. So if you have a specific master's or bachelor's degree in an accredited facility management program, you only need 3 years of professional experience before you can apply for the exam. If you have a bachelor's or a master's, or you just graduated high school, but it's not within a specific facility management degree program, you need 5 years of professional experience before you can be eligible to sit for the CFM exam. So that exam, again, is 180 questions. There is no training that you have to do in order to sit for the exam. You just have to meet those eligibility requirements. Of course, like any test or exam that you take, you do want to be prepared. So IFMA does have optional preparation materials for you. We have an online practice exam that you can purchase, and we have exam prep workshops that you can purchase. IFMA does a virtual 2-day workshop course, and then we have partners globally that are conducting courses. So for those of you in different regions outside of the Americas, we do have partners that are conducting training, and you can always check to see who those partners are by visiting our website. So the CFM application, again, must meet those eligibility requirements, and you do have to recertify this every 3 years. So when you go to recertify your certification, you do have to go online to our CAMP program where you manage your credentials, and there's a certain criteria that you have to meet to demonstrate that you've been practicing in the profession since you've achieved the credential. If you were to not recertify the credential and you let it lapse, you do not have that certification anymore. You would have to take that CFM exam again in order to achieve that CFM certification and show that you have that credential. So it's very important to make sure that you are renewing it every 3 years, because if you let it lapse, you do have to sit for that exam again. And you can find testing centers in your country or the specific city nearest you. If you go to prometric.com, they have a long list of facilities that conduct the IFMA CFM certification. So if you're sitting in China or Nigeria, you have the option of seeing what testing centers are near you, so you do not have to travel far to take that exam. And because it is COVID times, we do have the option to do remote proctoring. So it's very similar to if you were going to a testing center. You will have to log in to a specific site. Someone will be watching you taking that exam the entire time to ensure that you're, no cheating and the quality of the exam is being upheld. So what the pricing that you see on the screen is for the application. So it's $550 to submit that application for members, $815 for non-members. And once you submit that application, you do have 90 days to schedule the exam. So when you are prepared, maybe you've done some studying and you submit that application, just make sure you are actually ready to sit for that exam within 90 days. So IFMA's competency courses. These are individual courses that will fill your knowledge gaps with on-demand, flexible training in any of those 11 competencies. So this is a really great graphic to kind of put into a visualization of the competencies and what makes up what program. So you'll see the CFM, all in blue, covers all 11 competency courses. So that CFM exam is testing your knowledge and application of that knowledge on all 11 competencies. The FMP in red covers those 4 foundational competencies, and the SFP covers that 1 sustainability competency. So after each one of those final assessments, you do receive CEU credits and digital badges for each competency. And as you prepare for the CFM exam, those 7 individual courses that don't make up the FMP or SFP are a great preparatory tool for the CFM exam. So this really is a unique way that IFMA has structured the programs in order to really meet you at your crossroads of where you are in your career. So you may want to achieve the FMP, you may want to achieve the CFM, or you may simply just be looking for a deeper dive, more information into one of those 11 competencies. So this really is a great way for you to, again, get that deeper dive that you want. If it's a credential or just more information, IFMA has the ability to meet you in your career and your training plan and where you are. So this is going to go over those 11 competencies. Again, those 4 make up the FMP. I'm not going to read everything that you see on the slide here. After the presentation, you will receive a recording of this webinar, so you can go through and read this more if you need to. And all this information is online at ifma.org as well. So then you'll see the other competencies here: performance and quality, communications, information and technology, sustainability, real estate, risk management, and then occupancy and human factors. So IFMA's competency course pricing, each one of those courses is going to be $249 for members and $299 for non-members. And for those looking to purchase in bulk, maybe you're looking to increase your knowledge on 2, 3, 4, 5 of those competencies, we do have pricing for bulk purchasing of these competencies. So IFMA's learning models. So how are you looking to take these courses? The first option is self-study. So you can go online to IFMA's website right now and purchase the FMP or the SFP and go through each of those programs at a self-paced. You can purchase the essentials and have it be self-paced. So you are purchasing those courses and going through each one of those on your own online. You can complete them in as little as 4 months. And like we've mentioned in previous slides, there are optional print materials. So say you've purchased the FMP and you're reading through this and you decide you just need a little extra help on maybe leadership and strategy. What we have are our classroom and then our virtual FMP models. So IFMA has multiple training partners around the world that can assist you with an in-classroom instruction of these programs. So obviously right now with COVID, these are limited, but as the world has slowly started to reopen, more and more of our partners are having in-classroom courses. So if you're looking to jump back into an in-classroom course, this is a great option for you. These are led by IFMA qualified instructors. So these are approved instructors that have gone through these programs. They've been instructors for multiple years, and they're very effective in what they do. The classrooms are full days of instruction. So for example, with the FMP, if you're looking at, say, the leadership and strategy module, you're going to be sitting in a classroom for 2 full days. And because of COVID, we have now moved many things to a virtual classroom option. And what these virtual FMPs are weekly live 90-minute webinar sessions. These are also led by an IFMA qualified instructor. But because these are virtual and online, we realize that you can't sit online for your computer for, say, 8 hours a day. So these are only 90-minute webinar sessions, and these provide more of a high-level overview of those modules in the FMP. So for the leadership and strategy module, that's 1 webinar a week for each chapter within that leadership and strategy module. So you're looking at completing that module over 4 weeks because there are 4 chapters in that leadership and strategy module. And IFMA is constantly conducting these virtual courses. You can go to our website at ifma.org to see when those next schedules are. We have them running continuously throughout the year, and we are constantly adding more dates, as well as our partners will be conducting virtual models, this virtual model. So for those, again, maybe sitting in Singapore or China, we do have partners in your region that are conducting these courses. And you can, again, go to that IFMA website to see who our partners are. So it's very important to, if you come across a training center that is saying that they are doing an IFMA FMP or an IFMA CFM course, it's very important to verify that they are an approved training affiliate of IFMA. And we do have that list on the website. If there's any question at all, you can always email us as well at ifma.org, ifma@ifma.org, and we'll make sure that we have verified if you have a question about a certain training affiliate offering IFMA courses. So what are the time commitments you're looking at for each of these programs? The Essentials of Facility Management, there's 10 modules, and you're looking at about 2 to 4 hours per module. With the Essentials program, you do have 6 months of online access to complete that. Again, this one is not a credential. It does not result in a certificate, but you do receive a certificate of verification that you have completed that program. The FMP, you're looking at 10 to 12 hours per module. So with those 4 modules, it's around a total of 40 to 50 hours of study time. You do have 2 years to complete that program. With the SFP, you're looking at around 20 to 23 hours per focus area. So that's with 3 focus areas, that's around a total of 60 to 70 study hours. Again, same with the FMP, you have 2 years of online access to complete that program. With the CFM, you're looking at around 5 to 15 hours per competency. So of the 11, that's around 75 to 100 study hours total. And this is completely dependent upon you. These are average study times. So you may find yourself on, quickly going through it and completing it, within 4 months or even a month. We've had some people complete it within a month who are just very dedicated to getting that credential. So it's going to depend on you, your time commitment, how much effort you put into the program. So these are just average study times. And then after each of one of those programs, you do receive a digital badge. This is if you might have seen some colleagues perhaps on LinkedIn or on email signatures that show this digital badge. If you click on that, it's going to show that it is a qualified program through IFMA. It shows the skills that person gained when they completed that program, and that it's in a verifiable ANSI accredited program. So this is just a really easy way for employers to verify that you have that credential, and even to show colleagues, the skills that you've mastered as well from attaining that credential. So for taking these programs, what's in it for you? So on average, IFMA credentials lead to a 5,000 euro salary increase within that first year. You gain the confidence and credibility as informed champion of FM, and you use that knowledge-based, data-driven method to drive decisions and develop valuable solutions. What's in it for your employer? 70% of employers feel the overall reputation of the team is improved by having their team go through that IFMA education. 12% increase in employee performance for each 1,700 euros spent on IFMA credentials. 70% of organizations rate IFMA credentialed employees as having statistically significantly higher performance. And the average IFMA credential results in more than 40% increase in employee performance. So for those of you that are looking to sell this to your employer or just needing some additional data to make that final decision, this is a great information to jot down. We also have a Convince Your Boss flyer on our site that you can download and print out to send to him or her as well. So any question about IFMA's programs, you can contact the Corporate Connections team. That is our email address on the screen, corporateconnections@ifma.org. Our main website is ifma.org, and then you'll see the additional URLs to items that I mentioned that Convince Your Boss, as well as IFMA's course catalog. So thank you so much for joining the presentation today. I'm going to take any questions now for the Q&A portion of the program. And I forgot to mention, we do have some discounts running for you all since you attended this live presentation today. For those that are interested in the FMP or SFP program, we are offering $100 US off of those bundles with the code you see on the screen, IFMA July 100. For those that are interested in the Essentials series or one of those individual competency courses, we are offering US $50 off of those programs using the code IFMA July 50. So whenever you go on our website to purchase those programs, right before the payment option, there is a field for you to insert those coupon codes to receive that $100 off or the $50 off. These are one-time use codes, so once you use them, that is the only time you're able to use those discounts. And these are valid through the end of the month, through July 31st. So if you are interested, please make sure you take advantage of this immediately, as these codes will not be available after July. So I am going to take any questions that you have. I know there has been quite a lot of chat about interest in the CFM program. So everything you need to know about the CFM exam, I covered today on the presentation. There is additional information on our website if you go to ifma.org, and I will put up that link for you here shortly. It will detail information that we covered, as well as there's a handbook for you to download that goes into more detail on some additional exam specifications. We have a self-assessment tool for you online that goes over the competencies with some sample questions to ask yourself of what those questions might look like on the exam. So you can go through that yourself to determine where some of your knowledge gaps may be within our competencies to prepare for the CFM exam. So as you take that, you may find that you may have some knowledge gaps within, risk management or real estate. So that could be an assessment tool for you to determine whether or not you're interested in purchasing one of those individual competency courses to get a deeper dive and help prepare you for that CFM exam. So this presentation is going to be on IFMA's YouTube channel, and I can put that up for you as well. I'm sorry, I don't have the specific link on here, but you can go to IFMA's YouTube channel and watch this presentation again. So if you have any questions, you can refer back to this presentation, or you can always contact us at corporateconnections@ifma.org, and we will be able to answer any questions that you have. And I know a lot of you have expressed interest in that CFM certification. So it is important for you to, in order to sit for that exam, you do have to meet those eligibility requirements. So if you have any question on your experience in meeting those eligibility requirements, you can contact our credentialing department. That's credentials@ifma.org. And those, we have staff members that can talk with you about your experience and the number of years you have either directly within facility management or in adjacent industries such as engineering. So if you do have any questions about your eligibility, please reach out to us and we can discuss that over phone or email, whatever works best for you to determine if you're eligible to sit for that CFM exam. Okay, and there was a question in the audience about if IFMA has a partner within South Africa. Currently, we do not have a specific training affiliate located in South Africa, but we do have affiliates all over the globe. Some may be in your time zone in South Africa. If you'll just go back to that ifma.org website to see a list of those partners. And again, I want to drive home the fact that if you see a partner or a training institution that is advertising they are conducting an IFMA FMP course or a CFM preparation course, please verify that they are a approved training affiliate of IFMA. You can do that by emailing us at corporateconnections@ifma.org or going to our website to see that list of approved providers. So it is very important to ensure that you are attending an IFMA course at an approved training affiliate. And there's a question about the books. So you cannot purchase the book upgrade to any of the programs by themselves. You do have to purchase the FMP or the SFP program before you can purchase the book upgrade to that program. So for those that were hoping to maybe just be able to purchase some of the books to have as a resource, we don't have that availability. You do have to purchase either the FMP program or the SFP program in order to purchase that book upgrade. And then, like I mentioned earlier, it is optional. So if you want to see if you can go through the program online without purchasing the book upgrade, you can do that. But if you decide, I just really need to have something in front of me to read while I'm going through these programs, you can come back and ask to purchase that book upgrade from us. Okay, is there any additional questions on any of IFMA's programs? It does not look like it, so this will conclude our presentation. If you find yourself having any additional questions about the CFM or any of the other programs, please reach out to us again. That is our email address on the slide, corporateconnections@ifma.org. I'm sorry, there's some last minute questions coming in. How much is test preparation? So if you are referring to the CFM certification, again, preparation for that exam is completely up to you. There is no training you have to take before sitting for the CFM exam. You just need to meet those eligibility requirements. And I can go back to that CFM slide here. Okay. And it will pop up shortly. One moment. Sorry, just dropped. Okay, so Test preparation. We do have optional materials for you. We have a CFM practice exam that you can purchase online, as well as prep workshops. IFMA offers a virtual CFM prep workshop, and that is conducted over 2 days. They are virtual 3-hour webinar sessions with an IFMA qualified instructor that will go over how to approach the exam. So it's not a in-depth review of the competencies. It's going to educate you on the methodology of the exam and how to approach the questions to the exam. If you're looking for more of an in-depth review of those competencies, then I would recommend those 7 competency courses. So of the 11 competency courses that IFMA offers, those 4 foundational ones make up the FMP, and then we have the sustainability competency, and then the additional 7 individual courses that IFMA offers. So you can pick and choose those competencies that you would like an in-depth, deeper dive into before taking that CFM exam. So the CFM practice exam, I believe that's US $150 for members. You can go online to view all of those pricings on our FM catalog. If you will go to, I will put up the URL. That is fm.training is the URL to view IFMA's course catalog. And there is a field for you to select for CFM preparation materials, and that will detail all of the courses IFMA offers for you to find which might be the best option for you. So again, those individual competency courses are going to be $249 US for members and $299 for non-members. So for those of you who are not members of IFMA, it is beneficial to join IFMA. It is US $219 to join IFMA, and when you purchase that membership, you do receive those membership discounts on the products that we discussed today in this presentation. So it will save you money in the long run if you are purchasing either the FMP or the SFP program or some of the training preparatory programs in preparation for the CFM exam. In addition, you would receive member pricing on the application fees that you will submit for the FMP, the SFP, and for those looking to submit the application for the CFM exam, you'll receive member pricing there as well. So it is definitely beneficial to purchase a membership with IFMA if you are interested in any of these programs. It is not required. You do not have to be a member of IFMA, but you will save money in the long run. And then just some quick questions on the pricing. So that is the pricing again for the CFM exam. This is not the preparatory materials. This is going to be US $550 for members to submit that application and $815 for non-members to submit that application. And again, if you are interested in that CFM certification but don't quite meet those eligibility requirements, there is, I would recommend starting with the FMP, the Facility Management Professional. It's going to give you that foundation in those 4 competencies, and that is going to help prepare you for the CFM exam. Again, for those that may have joined a little bit late, this presentation is going to be on IFMA's YouTube channel. So please refer back to that YouTube channel to watch this presentation again. And any questions you have on any of IFMA's training credentials or programs, you can email us at corporateconnections@ifma.org. I am pulling that up for you again so that you can see it on the screen. And if you guys want to jot that down, there's the main IFMA website, as well as that direct URL to IFMA's course catalog, where you can view some CFM preparation courses that we have available. Okay, Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we are conducting these sessions monthly. So if you have a colleague that may have missed today and they want to see this presentation, you can direct them to our YouTube channel. We will be conducting another live session in August. So be on the lookout for those LinkedIn events that we will post on the IFMA profile, and you can reach out with any additional questions. Thank you very much.